What's going on YouTube? It's me, Kenneth with What's New Barbecue. I'm at our Hickory Heat food trailer in McKinney, Texas, and we're throwing down some barbecue for the food trailer. We got brisket, sausage, turkey, chicken, you name it, we're throwing down stuffed peppers. But that's not what this video is about. I've got a Wagyu tri-tip from Six Brothers Beef. We're gonna cook up, and the long question that's been asked on the North Texas Barbecue Addicts group is, can you cook a tri-tip like a brisket? I've cooked plenty of tri-tips, but not many like a brisket, so today we're firing up the pitboss Austin XL, and we're gonna cook that bad boy like a brisket and see what it's like. Shout out to Six Brothers Beef for providing this Wagyu tri-tip. I think with the fat content in it, this will be a perfect cook to make it look like a brisket. So y'all make sure to stick around, like and subscribe. Let's get to this tri-tip. All right, so here we have our Wagyu tri-tip from Six Brothers Beef that I was mentioning in the introduction, and we're using a new cutting board, and this is from Acre Woodworks. I will have Six Brothers and Acre Woodworks info in the description box down below. And like I said, we're gonna smoke this tri-tip on the pitboss Austin XL, and I'm seasoning it with a little bit of Youngbucks brisket rub. Since we are going to treat it like a brisket, we're going to go ahead and season it like one too. And besides, this will be perfect for this tri-tip even if we were going to cook it like a regular steak. It's got a nice salt, pepper, garlic content to it. This marbling's looking awesome on this tri-tip. I'm excited to see the experiment on smoking the tri-tip up. That's what we're looking like. It's hot enough out here. It's sweating in already. Let's get it onto the smoker. All right, it's on the smoker. I'm gonna shut this down and we'll check on it in about 15 or 20 minutes. All right, it's been 15 minutes later. It's time to check on this tri-tip. It's been smoking around 250 degrees on the pitboss Austin XL. I'm not expecting it to be anywhere close to what we want it to be like. I just want to bring y'all along with my experience of this tri-tip smoking it like a brisket. So let me get the camera turned around. We'll check on the temperature. That's what we're looking like. Got a little bit of color change happening. Let's see where we're at internally. Right under 110 degrees. That's about what I was expecting. Now, if we were treating this like a steak, we'd be getting close to time to sear it. But we're not. We're gonna smoke this until it gets to about 205 degrees. So I'm gonna shut this down and we'll check on it in about 20 or 30 minutes. I always get asked questions on pellet smokers and which one's my favorite and all that good stuff. It really comes down to the price point. We're rolling on the pitboss Austin XL up at the food trailer. We typically use it to cook up drumsticks and stuffed peppers and sausage links and stuff like that. But as you can see, I've got it set to 250 and it's fluctuating. We're at about 275, right under 280. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at pitboss products or you know, pellet grills in this price range, that you are going to pay for what you get. It is going to fluctuate a little bit, and you might have to keep an eye on it more so than a higher cost or higher priced pellet smoker. We're about 15 minutes away from looking at that tri-tip. I'll check back with y'all then. So it's been 20 more minutes. Let's see what this tri-tip's looking like back here on the pitboss Austin XL. We're rolling around 240. Got a nice color on it starting to happen. Let's see what the internal temperature is reading. Last time we were right around 100. There we go. We're cruising right along. We're at 137. That would be about a medium steak right now. We'll be higher up here. Yep, right around 140. So what I'm going to do now, I want to get a little bit better crust or bark on this. I'm going to crank this up to 300 degrees. Next time I see y'all, we will have let this rest and we'll slice into it. Alright, so after about a total cook time of 4 hours or so, we've got our tri-tip cooked like a brisket that ended up at around 205 degrees internal. It's been resting for about 30 minutes in the foil, and this is what we're looking like. It's still pretty hot. Still pretty hot. Got some beautiful color on it. Again, for everybody out there that's going to say I should have cooked it to a medium rare, I've done that plenty of times, and I wanted to do something a little bit different, so that's what we're doing today. Now, important thing to know about a tri-tip is right here, the grains from about here to about right here are running this direction. So we need to slice this way. and from here to about here, they're running this direction. So we need to slice this way. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and cut into it. Got a nice crust on it. We'll see how we did. It's cutting pretty nicely. Got a real nice crust on it. Still got juices in it. And I think after I do the taste test, look at that, still very tender. I think after I do the taste test, I'm gonna chop this up and make some street tacos with it, similar to how I do with some leftover brisket. There we go. That's looking awesome. Let's go ahead and cut down the middle here. And again, shout out to Six Brothers Beef for providing this Wagyu tri-tip. Look at that nice color. Let's move this aside. We've got some samples over there. And then we're gonna cut this direction, kind of similar to how you would on a brisket, on the point of it. So, really juicy right here. Check that out. Still really hot. You can see all the marbling running through it. Tons of fat content from that Wagyu. Dang. Look at that. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and turn this camera around and we're gonna give it a taste and we'll talk about how a tri-tip cooked like a brisket tastes like. Again, we've cooked this tri-tip just like a brisket to about 205 degrees internal. Got a beautiful smoke ring on it, nice color, nice bark. Lots of fat content rolling through it with that Wagyu fat in the meat there. Let's go ahead and try. This is the smaller part of the tri-tip, so it's gonna be a little bit more dry, similar to how a flat would be on a brisket. So cheers, y'all. It's still so tender. You saw that was effortless. So good. Now this is like, that brisket rub's perfect. It's like a steak and a brisket combined. This would be similar to like the point of a brisket. So much fat running through it, extra tender still, even though we cooked it to 205 degrees internal. Let's see what we're working with. Wow. Now I'm not gonna say it's better than a medium rare tri-tip steak, but I am gonna say it's worth doing from time to time just for a change up. I'm not mad at this at all. Like I said, I'm gonna chop this up, make some street tacos out of it, and call it a day. I appreciate y'all for stopping by What's New Barbecue. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscription button and the bell so you can keep track of this barbecue journey. Check out Six Brothers Beef. I've got a 10% off discount code NTBA10, and it'll get you 10% off. All right, until next time, guys, y'all keep on barbecuing. Man.